Are you thinking of going to Venice, Italy? Here are 10 things you need to know before you go that will make your trip even more memorable.
Stay tuned!
Hi everyone, I'm Rick.
And I'm Andrea, and today we will tell you 10 things about Venice, Italy, that you should consider before going and visiting this incredible city. But first, if you like travel-related videos like this one, you should hit the subscribe button right now so you will never miss any future videos.
That sounds like great advice.
I know, you should right now. Let's begin. Number 1 thing to know before going to Venice: how to reach Venice.
How to reach Venice, that's a good question.
The city of Venice is built on a group of islands in the Venetian Lagoon. The main island is connected with the mainland by a bridge. The best way to reach Venice is either by train from any other Italian city or by plane if you're coming from a different country or from a city far away.
Actually, my first time to Italy was in Venice.
By plane.
By plane.
If you take the train, remember the train station for the historic city of Venice is Venezia Santa Lucia. So be careful when you buy the ticket to pick Santa Lucia station, not Venezia Mestre or not Venezia Marghera, because these stations are not downtown Venice.
It'll look like Venice, but not Venice.
If you're flying to Venice, the airport is Venezia Marco Polo and the airport code is VCE. The airport is very well connected with the historic city by Vaporetto, more about those later, and we strongly recommend you not to drive to Venice. If you drive, you will have to leave the car at the Piazza Roma parking lot. It is really expensive and needs to be reserved in advance. And often there are major traffic jams to reach the parkade. So trains or plane are the best way to get to Venice.
Yeah, you remember the last time we drove there? It took like an hour to park.
It's like crazy.
All right, folks, the number 2 thing on the list of things to know before going to Venice is getting around the city. As you might have guessed, there are no cars in Venice. So you're going to have to move around either by public transit or by water taxi or simply walking. And you know, it's really easy and very enjoyable to walk around Venice if you can. It's actually our favorite way to explore the city. However, there's some areas that cannot be reached by walking, like the islands of Murano or Burano. Option number 2 is to use public transit, and these are called Vaporetto. These are boats, and they're the Venetian equivalent of a bus. They're very convenient, easy to use, and they run very frequently. Now, you can buy the ticket for a single ride or a pass. You can buy, for example, 1, 2, 3 days, or even a 7-day pass. And in our opinion, the passes are really the best option because they allow you to take the Vaporetto as many times as you like, wherever you like, without thinking about buying more tickets.
Exactly.
Now, another option that you can use is the water taxis. These are very convenient, but they're also really expensive. For example, a taxi ride on the Grand Canal from the train station to Piazza San Marco, well, it could cost you up to €100. It's a lot of money. Lastly, even in Venice, you can take a hop-on, hop-off bus. Wait, I mean a boat. And this could be another option to move around the city and explore.
Well, let's move to number 3 things to know before going to Venice. Best time of the year to visit. So, what is the best time of the year to visit Venice? In our opinion, the best time is not to go in the middle of the summer. In fact, April, May, September, and October are fantastic months to visit. The city is less crowded, it's not too hot, and it's a bit less expensive, just a little bit. In July and August, there are way too many tourists. It's incredibly hot and muggy, and you won't have the same experience. Another fantastic time to go is during Carnevale, or Carnival. Usually around the end of February, beginning of March, usually it's 40 days before Easter, when the whole city becomes a huge masquerade party. There's elaborate costume everywhere, and it's quite enjoyable. Unfortunately, during the Carnevale, it's really difficult to find accommodation, and the price for hotels are really high, to the high demand. So, if you think about Carnevale, book way in advance.
I definitely want to go, though.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
Alright, so the number 4 thing to know before going to Venice is be prepared to walk. Look, even if you plan to take the Vaporetto, be prepared to walk a lot. So wear comfortable shoes. And be prepared to walk up and down many stairs. In fact, almost every pedestrian bridge has stairs going up and down. Keep this in mind when you pack your suitcase. Now, you might also need to carry your bag up and down the stairs as well. Now, some high-end hotels offer porter services, but that comes with a price. Also, at the train station, there are some places that you can secure your bags. This way you can leave your suitcases there and only bring a small carry-on with the clothes you're planning to wear during your stay.
Yeah, that's a great advice, actually.
Mm-hmm.
Well, number 5 things to know before going to Venice: walk off the beaten path.
Oh yeah.
On your first visit to Venice, you want to see San Marco Square, the Grand Canal, the Rialto Bridge, and all of the famous tourist attractions that you see in many magazines and videos and everywhere. But keep in mind that there are many other areas of the city that are equally stunning and with way fewer people.
Mm-hmm.
For this reason, we suggest you to visit other areas of the city as well that are not as crowded as the main attraction. Even better is to hire a tour guide for a few hours and ask him or her to show you around off the beaten path.
Yeah, and actually we did that
and it was fantastic.
Last year. Yeah, it was great. Okay, so number 6 on the list of things to know before going to Venice, folks, eat like the locals. Look, like any other Italian destination, you should try the local food. And since Venice is on the water, well, it's natural that their cuisine is mostly focused on seafood. In particular, for lunch, you can try the cicchetti. Cicchetti are the Venetian equivalent of tapas, and they can be with or without seafood, because some people don't eat seafood. Now, for dinner, I highly recommend the squid ink pasta, the soft shell crabs, or the bacala, which is salted cod prepared Venetian style.
Absolutely. So number 7 thing to know before going to Venice: spend the night in Venice. You should consider spending at least 1 night in Venice. 2 will be better.
Yep.
In fact, many tourists only spend an afternoon in the city and leave in the evening. We think that is a huge mistake.
Yeah.
In fact, the city at night is even more stunning. Very, very beautiful.
Yeah.
We love walking around the city at night or taking the Vaporetto down the Grand Canal with all the lights are extremely, extremely beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
Also at night, there are less tourists around, giving you the opportunity to enjoy areas of the city that during the day are really, really crowded.
Yeah.
And all the Venetians come out at night. So.
That's true. That's true. All 50,000 of them. All right, number 8 on the list of things to know before going to Venice is consider visiting the islands of Murano and Burano. Look, if you can spend a few days in Venice, you should definitely consider the colorful island of Burano or visiting one of the glass-blowing artisans in Murano. We think a visit to Venice would not be complete without those 2 experiences. Absolutely. And in fact, we made an entire video about just those 2 islands alone. So yeah, definitely check it out here.
And move on to number 9 thing to know before going to Venice, Italy, is pre-book all your tickets. We strongly recommend you buying all your tickets for museum and attraction way in advance. This way you'll avoid long line at ticket office and, most importantly, you avoid the risk of being sold out.
Yeah, can you imagine?
Those places get sold out really quickly.
Oh, yeah.
We'll leave a link in the description below for Venezia Unica card. This is a pass that combines several attractions for one discounted fee, and sometimes includes the Vaporetto as well, so keep it in mind.
All right, and last but not least, number 10 on the list of things to know before going to Venice, the cheap gondola ride. Now, look, you made it to Venice. I get it. You've seen all of the sights, and naturally you want to take a gondola ride for your Instagram story. But you may not know that an actual gondola ride is very expensive. I had to drive the last time. It can cost up to 75 or 80 euros for just a half an hour. So sure, it's a lot of fun, but if you're on a budget, here's the secret. Go to Campo di Santa Sofia, just a few steps away from the Rialto Bridge. There, you can take the gondola traghetto, and that means ferry boat in Italian, and it crosses the Grand Canal for €2.50. So if you want that Insta moment, you can get it for only €2.50. Hey, not bad.
Not bad, eh? Well, folks, we hope you enjoyed this video on things to know before visiting Venice, Italy. If you did, please give us a thumbs up or let us know in the comment below, as will help us immensely. Meanwhile, see you on the next video.
Ciao.